tutorial that says you know what the fuck you do. Show us the tutorial that says you know what the fuck you do. Show us the tutorial that says you know what the fuck you do. Show us the tutorial that says you know what the fuck you do. Show us the tutorial that says you know what the fuck you do. Baby, I tell you, this makes my. Oh my god. I tell you, I love that clip. Show us the tutorial since you know what the fuck you doing. You be acting like you know every goddamn thing. Show us then how to do it. Oh, I need you to go get some coffee. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, girl. I was laughing. I've been watching clips of Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, what's the T? Ignore. Let's see. Ignore. I've been watching clips of Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all have so many names. I call it Slatomic. Rodney calls it Portomic. Jamie, that's me. What does she call Potomac? Potoxic? She calls it something. Everybody got a name for this show. It's a mess. And I'm just reading all y'all stuff, and it's just like the stuff hasn't changed. It's like I could talk about the shit, and nothing has changed. It's really sad. And Robyn, girl, you really going out like a sucker. Like, I'm trying to figure out. This is what I said online. I said, because I saw a clip of Robyn saying that she swallowed Juan Dixon's cum. I was trying to wait so y'all to get the kids out. I'm waiting for the ears. Girl, you said you running around on national television telling the world that this man that disrespects you, talks to you crazy, always yelling at you, doesn't never seem to be satisfied with how you show up. And it just seems like it's like, how long do you stay in a situation like that? And you telling the world you gobbling and swallowing this man's kids. Girl, he shoot up the club and you taking all the bullets in the mouth. Girl, I can't take it. And then he's talking to you crazy. This clip that I'm watching here, it says, this is from the Bravo Shade Room on Twitter. It says, she called him for emotional support and instead he yelled at her. Let's be honest. We've seen enough. Juan does not love Robyn. And it's like, why are you staying? You can't be staying in, girl, this way. You can't be staying in this relationship for your children. This amount, you're like being tortured. It's like, what are you doing? Listen to how he's talking to her. So apparently, I haven't watched the season at all. I promise y'all I was not going to watch it. Y'all was not going to stress me out and raise my pressure. Just watching these clips of Giselle saying things about Candace and how she has to protect her family like she's the scared white woman, but mad at Candace because Candace said you sit over there with your white looking ass and now you over here so scared of Candace. Oh my God. After you done wreak terror and havoc over everybody's marriage trying to do whatever you was trying to do to Chris last season, girl, it's a mess. My pressure is going up just by watching these clips. This is a clip, last season, Robyn did not want to talk about what was going on with her and Juan. Baby, I can see why. Girl, how embarrassing. I imagine that she's going to be laying in the bed again. She needs to speak to a therapist. She needs to get out of this relationship because it seems like it's abusive, but you're like accepting it. And I don't know why. So there's so many theories, but I remember always hearing this rumor about Robyn being on Lipstick Alley and in the forums cussing women out who was talking about Juan, like my man, and fighting women instead of fighting the devil himself. I feel like Robyn may not, this is just my theory, maybe, may not want to let go of him because in her competitive spirit, it's almost like you let the side chicks win. Doesn't Letitia have a book saying the side chicks are always winning or something like that? Did I talk about Bell Collective? I don't think I did. I want some coffee. And I'm just like listening to her being upset, being triggered by something that Candace said. Apparently, I'm not sure. I don't know. Have no idea what Candace said to her. But she's trying to call Juan and explain to him how she's feeling. And he's just, listen to this. And this is a trigger warning if anybody has ever been verbally abused in a relationship. Just, this is a trigger warning because the way he's talking to her is crazy as hell. And she's literally trying to call him to explain to him how she's feeling about whatever it is she's feeling. And he doesn't want to hear it at all. Listen to this. This is Robyn and Juandering Dickson, whose cum she swallows. Girl, I can't. I don't know, the ladies, the ones that like I'm not as close with, like Karen, Wendy, Candace, they had a lot to say about like our whole situation, and Candace is trying to infer that I'm like, I damaged the group because I didn't share this information while we were filming. Yeah, it's like it's the most ludicrous stuff I've ever heard. Who's really charged and everything? Because she pretty much implied that because I spoke about your lawsuit, that's one of the reasons why you got fired, and that triggered that really set me off. Robyn, why are you feeding into it? I'm not feeding into it, but that I can't listen to this anymore because it's like so ridiculous and it's getting blown way out of proportion. I need you to stop feeding. I'm not feeding into it, Warren. Listen, Robyn, this is how you're feeding into it. You're getting emotional. For what? You're getting emotional. It's not their life. It's our life. I'm not going to let you keep allowing these women get you super emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional right now. Robyn, please. I can't listen to it because my skin is crawling right now. I gotta be honest. I don't know, the ladies, the ones that like. Yes, bitch, he hung up on her. He said his skin is crawling right now and hung up on her. I don't know. I just don't understand this thing where you guys do this sacrificing and this hanging yourself from a tree, hanging yourself from a cross. I don't understand why you put up with it for so long. Like, why do you put up with it for so long? Even my comment, I said, and you're gobbling and swallowing his jizz. Y'all be putting up with too much. Y'all be holding on to these jive ass, weak ass relationships for too long. Why are you holding on? You're literally holding on to what may appear like a rose. It looks like a rose and you're holding on to it for dear life, bleeding to death. Why are you bleeding to death for this toxic person? I don't understand. You cannot be going through this for the kids. Fuck them kids and fuck what they will have to go through if you separate from their father, because this is not worth it for anybody to witness. You want your sons to witness you being treated like this? You know what they're going to do? They're going to treat their partners like this. If they have any partners, whatever, if the partner is non-binary, female, male, it doesn't matter. They're going to treat their partner the same way because this is what they're learning, how relationship dynamics are. And it must be okay. Either your sons are going to grow up to have no respect for you because of how you allowed their you're literally allowing this. This is not something that's being done to you. You are allowing this for this long, for this length of time. I'm sorry. I don't I don't feel like I'm victim blaming in this. I feel like this is something that Robyn is allowing. And for whatever reason, we can come up with all kind of stuff. I don't revel in somebody being like, that man don't love you, girl. It sucks because she's literally in a relationship with somebody who is telling her she's getting emotional. She's crying, saying, I'm not getting emotional, as he's yelling at her. So is that an emotion? Are you getting emotional by yelling at her? Like, what's going on? And then you like, you say things like, yeah, I swallow. Like, I would never, even if you did, I would never share that with anyone. That is something you I don't even know if I would write that down in a book, in a journal, anywhere. For the way that this man, what we are seeing, how this man is talking to you and treating you, and you're just like, you just seem like, I don't know. I used to think Robyn was so down to earth and like kind of like cool, like a cool down to earth. But it's like, when I'm witnessing you allowing this level of disrespect, and then not only, but you're making excuses. Like, I heard a clip where she said that Juan, not, it wasn't a clip, it was somebody in the review, that Juan yelled at Giselle, and Giselle confronted Robyn about it, and Robyn said he just yells because he's a coach. Is that how he talks to his coaches? And that's probably why he's not there anymore. Is that how he talks to his, like the way he was talking to you, yelling at you? Is that because he's a coach? That's what somebody said. His tone is way too pointed for me. I'm gonna need your tone and job status to match quickly, respectfully, and then gonna hang up because he tried it. She's holding on for dear life, yes, to a rose of thorns, just a thorn bush, just holding on to a thorny ass bush, bleeding to death. And it's like, for what? Why? What is this sacrifice? What kind of reward do you think, or medal, or honorary mention that you're going to get for this? Because Juan has told the world, like, you tell the world you swallow his cum. He's told the world that when his sons grow up, he's bouncing like them basketballs. He's bouncing. And it's like, this is the reason why, this is what she didn't want. This is what Robyn did not want, because she knows how ridiculous she's not dumb. She has to know how ridiculous it is. And these things where you guys are collecting public humiliation badges, collecting them, girl. You should, if you get one, it should only be one public humiliation badge. It should only be one, he cheated on me. It should only be one, he had a baby on me. It should only be one, he put his hands on me. It should only be one badge. If you're going to collect a fucking badge in this journey of life and dealing with men, you're going to collect some kind of weird ass badge. There's no value in the badge, no honor in the badge, none of it. And you stay collecting them. Why? I don't understand that, y'all. I wish somebody can explain it to me. I don't understand it. I don't like that you use your children as scapegoats. Because if my mother stayed with my father for just the sake of, I'm staying for the kids, I can't even imagine what my life would have been like. What I would have, no, I can't even imagine. My every day would have been different of my life. Every single day of my life would have been different had my mom decided to stay with an abusive person for the sake of her kids. Girl, what? Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. I don't get it. You heard the way he was talking to him? I'm like, girl, that's when you get a bitch and you shake her shoulders. But then that's why a lot of people don't like to get involved with people in their relationships, because it's like, what else can he do? What else are you going to put up with? He has another family in another country or something? Is that when you leave? Like, what is the boundary? There is like no boundaries. Like, Juan can just fuck over Robyn, run her over, run this way, go backwards, put the fucking car in reverse, hump over her body again with the damn tires, put it in drive, hump over her, run over her body again. Like, how many times you gonna let this nigga run you over before you get the fuck up, bitch, and run, girl? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna read some of the comments from this tweet. This tweet is from the Bravo Shade Room. I said, so let me get this straight. Checks notes. His anger isn't an emotion, but her tears mean she's getting emotional as he yells at her. Did I get that right? No, he's not yelling. He talks loud from coaching. Exactly. Because you done made an excuse for this man's musty, raggedy, dusty ass behavior. And it's like, what, girl? I don't understand what y'all get out of that. Y'all really, like, literally, it's effective patriarchy to have, like, Kimmy on Love and Marriage Huntsville standing in front of Montrose trying to explain what he meant by he needs sex and what he meant by that. Yes, Kimmy explained how it hurt her feelings and how it didn't protect her. He's not thinking about you while he uses your body as a mattress. You do the muling. Right? You do the muling by going into an interview and speaking for him instead of letting his fucking ass, the head of fucking household, the leader, instead of letting him speak for himself. You put on an armor and stand in front of him. And you have breast cancer. And he tells the world, it's admirable that she suffers through sex with me. And you sit there on a fucking interview and explain for him what he meant by saying he needed sex. Well, what he meant was, I'm so tired of y'all doing that for these niggas. I'm tired of it. They mean what the fuck they say. There's no reason for you to put your princess filter on it and make it sweeter than it actually is when it's actually shit. You want everybody to put sugar on shit and eat it like your ass been doing. Let me go get my ass some coffee real Pineapple quick. Fried rice yesterday. And I cut my finger on the little chopper when I was chopping the pineapple. But girl, yeah, so yeah, I just don't understand it, girl. I don't understand what y'all be doing, but it's by design. And it just looks so odd to me because it's never been anything that I have been able to do. I could not do that for any length of time. And I'm like, I don't really see like it as honorable when people be like, oh, we've been married for however long. And it's like, you put the woman through so much. She's put up with so much from you. And it's just like, and then I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know why you put up with it for any length of time, for any amount of time. And you have your children witnessing this. The way that he talks to you, I hope your sons are not won't adopt that as they start going through puberty and kind of like, testing their themselves. And I don't know, like the way that Juan talks to her, that was just musty. I was just like, ugh. And she's there crying. She's crying. I don't know. I feel bad for her. So let me see what else. Oh, I wanted to come down here to talk about Married to Medicine. So let's come back and talk about Married to Medicine because that's what we really came down here for. I just have to get that off my chest because that was one of the first things I saw this morning was Robyn in this mess. Like, that's what's going on the timeline this morning. I said, I think a lot of women suffer with smiling masks on in their intimate partnerships. Some of them are living lies, smiling on IG, but in turmoil when the red dot goes off. And all from society, culture, peers, and family. It's sad when you think about it. It's sad the way that women are socialized to position themselves, and not only in intimate partnerships, but in their this obligation to endure abuse from your parents or caregivers. It's like all of this thing that they're asking you to put up with and to deal with. You then turn around and do it in your intimate partners. You do it in your friendships. A lot of, like with Quad and Married to Medicine, you're in this friendship, has sailed. It's about to dock, and you about to get off this ship, and I'm gonna go on my merry way and you go on your way because the friendship is over. Now it's happening on a television show and we want to see a television show, but in real life, there are times where you do have to kind of let a person go because it's over. The relationship is over. You can't hold on to relationships that aren't beneficial to you, with friendships, relationships with your job, relationships with your parents, relationships with your caregivers, relationships. And I think a lot of us have been learned and taught how to endure abuse for a long time. Honestly, endure abuse. And then you endure the abuse, and when you finally get tired, the people, the society, the peers, the friends, the family, now they blame you. You're the because you're the victim. Now they're victim blaming. Choose better. Why did you go here? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? That's why I don't understand. How do you, what is it in you that puts this kind of like programming to where you want to keep enduring that level of pain? Does it not hurt? Maybe it doesn't hurt. Maybe it doesn't hurt. Maybe it doesn't hurt. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it doesn't hurt until it does, and then that's when you leave. But I'm trying to figure out, like, how many times does somebody have to dishonor you in whatever way that is outside of what you'll accept? You seem to be accepting any level of abuse, emotional, physical, mental. When somebody is cheating on you, verbally abusive, withholding money because you didn't. I don't know why any woman in today's age would even encourage a woman to depend on a man without having her own. I don't. That is something that I think is so dangerous. So dangerous because you're just going to ignore how these men financially abuse their wives and they don't have anything to fall back on. I'm looking at that 19. There's a YouTube channel with this 1920. She might be 20 now. I don't know. I might have been watching an old video, but she's 1920 and she's with a 40-year-old man. He's white. She's black. She's this, literally looks like a doe-eyed princess. Like literally. And she's even like, this is what I wanted my life to be. I wanted to be a housewife. I wanted to be a maid, a mule, and a mattress for a man. It's like literally, and her eyes are just blinking and they're just so big, and she just looks like a little princess, like caught in this vortex of this illusion, just just caught up in it. And it's like, that's why I call it a carousel, because it's like you just be spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. When the fuck are you gonna get off, girl? Aren't you dizzy? Or you like that? You like your head swinging back like this and your hair blowing in the wind, girl? Because you going on that nigga is running that carousel like, and you steady on there, just face, girl, your face is melting back. You know, I'll be looking in the wind, jiggling in the wind, girl, for what? And I'm trying to figure out how long, when do you get off? When do you get the fuck off? And I understand, like, some people, they get off quicker than others. I'm trying to figure out, how do you stay for so long? Because I'm not saying that you're not going to, like, you don't enter in a relationship with someone in the hopes that eventually they're going to start being mean to you. in some kind of way, whatever way that looks like. Nobody signs up for that. But because we have been socialized to put up with martyr, right? Maid, I'm the nurturer. You've been taught to put up with this. I want to know, when does it click for you to say, oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold up. This ain't it. This is not it, girl. I'm about to get off this carousel. And how long do you stay on the carousel? How long do you endure this? Why do you want to be this dizzy over what? I cannot think of what theory Robyn would stay in a relationship like this. But when we talk about these relationships on television, Robyn isn't the only one dealing with some nigga talking to her like that. And then her like literally crying, saying, I'm not emotional. You can't even fully express how you feel. And this person is like shutting you down. And it's like, that's not a good relationship. That's not a good, relationship to be in. It's so out of heart. It's disharmonious. It really is. It's like, it doesn't make, it sounds like static. It's like, why are you doing this? Why do you do this for so long? That's the only thing that I be trying to figure out. And I think, and then when does the switch go off? Like, girl, this is not it, Robyn. And for anybody else in a relationship like that, that's not it. That's not what you're supposed to. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not. I don't give a damn if you think it's my calling to serve my man. Girl, that is a program that we need to open you up and pull out that program, because it is not serving you. It's gonna cause you a lot of wear and tear. And you only get one time to do this. I mean, you might come back, but to do this right now, you only get one time to do this right now. Girl. And this right now is disharmonious. You need to be in a place where there's harmony and peace and tranquility. Yes, people have conflict. That's just the way of the world. But the disrespect that you allow, a man's cheating on you, you on TV saying you swallowing his cum, like, girl, then that's when I start to think like, oh, these niggas are acting out a public humiliation kink. Because there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that you can actually sit there with a fully developed brain. I really think she just doesn't want to lose him. You've already lost. You're losing right now. You in a game losing. We're like, girl, sit down. You still, all I'm picturing is like a tennis game. And he is playing in your face. Playing in your motherfucking face. So let's talk about Married to Medicine. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come right back. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.